We're going to go ahead and invite Pam to your call today. She is going to lead your call. Hi, Pam.
Hey, Liz. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of you for joining our webinar today. Terry Denton and I are very excited to bring you all kinds of information. First, we're going to talk about his newly designed, or newly created, I should say, website for all of you guys as independent contractors to access. And then I'm going to go into some details about our marketing platform and explain to you how you can benefit from this and help build your business. So if everybody can kind of see the website, I'm going to have Terry talk a little bit about it, and you can direct me, Terry, to where you would like me to go. First of all, I just wanted to mention I am Pam Person, the manager of the Independent Contractor Program for travel leaders. And so I work with the host agency owners, host agency managers, and the ICs for all of our offices for travel leaders. Feel free to call or email me at any time also. All right, Terry, where do you want me to be on this website?
Let's just stay on the home page for just a second. I was going to explain to all of our ICs that we still have the same URL, SuperHostAgency.com, that we've always had, or that Robert had, prior to our acquisition. But we've completely, as you can tell, if you haven't been on this site in a while, we've completely revamped the website. It's really a totally new website. The only thing that's a holdover from the old site is the URL and the link to the partner portal, which is for our existing ICs. But what I wanted to just mention briefly before Pam talks about her section of this presentation was that you can go to this site, and you see here the home page. You could click on, she's not going to do that right now, but you can click on select a customized program, and that section kind of gives you an overview of what our IC program looks like today and what the basic costs are and so forth. And I also might mention that this website is primarily designed for recruiting new ICs. It's kind of a public marketing tool that we're using to get people aware of what our program is. As far as existing ICs, there's a partner portal up in the top right, which is where you go to get information. If you have any difficulty getting into the partner portal, Robert can help you with that later. But this is basically kind of a public site for attracting new ICs. What I want to do, though, for a minute here is to click on the Grow Your Customer Base, because this is a section of the site, and you can scroll down a little bit there. There's two parts to this. There's information about what you get by virtue of just being an IC and being associated with us. And then the second half is about information that you get under our new marketing program. So this says these marketing opportunities are available to everyone, and it lists some items. We're not going to go through these today, but you can go to the website and you can look at these and see what items are available to everyone with no cost. And then as you slide down, you see there's something that says Marketing Platform Option. And that's what we're all here today on this call to talk about. And again, I'm not going to read these bullet points because that's really the heart of what Pam's presentation is going to be all about. But we basically have created along with the incorporation with travel leaders, we've created a marketing program that can help you grow your business. I find that ICs sort of have two different ways of looking at things. Some ICs are pretty much happy with the amount of business, the book of business that they have now, and they're not really that interested in attracting new customers. And I say, well, that's great, more power to them. But most of the ICs I run into would like to grow their business. They're just not sure how to do it. They spend all their time fulfilling other people's dreams and making and booking reservations and so forth, and they're just not sure how to go about marketing. So what we have created here is a tool at a very minimal cost. And Pam, if you'll slide up to the top of this page again for just a second, we actually have the cost here of what the tool costs. There's a one-time fee of $75, and then there's a monthly fee of $25. And so now what we're going to do is let Pam walk us through the various pieces and tools of this marketing platform, and this will give you a chance to see if this is something that you want to consider for your business, would make sense for your business, and then we're going to follow up after this call with each of you individually to see how you would like to move forward. So with that kind of a background and setup, Pam, why don't you start telling us about the marketing platform that Travel Leaders has built, the InteGreat platform.
Sure will, Terry. Thank you so much. Can everybody see my my screen now? It's red screen, Independent Contractor Center of Excellence.
Not quite yet. We're still seeing the website.
Okay.
So if you minimize that, up in the corner, the top left corner. There we go. Now I see it.
Okay, wonderful. Are you still seeing it, or of course we're seeing a blank screen at this point?
Right now we're seeing, well, we see your PowerPoint slide that's blank. Yep. And now we're seeing your title slide. There you go. Go ahead and click the button again. There we go.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, you guys. So don't ever feel embarrassed about technology, because I'm learning on the fly here too, and Liz is my right-hand man today to make sure that I get you everything you need through this GoToMeeting setup. As I had mentioned, I am Pam Hirsch. Obviously, I'm the one on the right. I have a little bit more hair than Perry. I am the manager of the Independent Contractor Program, the host agency program for travel leaders. I work every day with Perry Longmuth on ways to promote the program for our hosts and to support our host agency owners and managers, and to develop programs that they can use and disseminate to you ICs to help build your business. The best thing about independent contractors is that you really are your own separate business owners, and so it's wonderful to think of all of you as you know, multiple business owners that all have separate needs and unique wants. So it's kind of fun to collaborate every day and to work with Perry directly and the rest of our Travel Leaders Headquarters team to provide you the best programs out there. Perry and I did a recent survey. This was, oh gosh, you know, a couple months ago last year. And they sent out the survey. Some of you may have even filled it out, and wanted to kind of get a pulse of what ICs were thinking. One of the questions that came up was, you know, why do you like being part of a travel leader's office? You know, how does that help you as an IC? The benefits are really pretty obvious. If I was an IC today, the first thing, of course, you look at is your bottom line and the earning potential. And travel leaders, you know, hands down offers top earning potential on multiple products: cruises, tour, airline contracts, and hotels, as well as, you know, many other aspects on where you can make additional commission. But very proud to say that one of the top responses that came back from the survey was highest earning potential of travel leaders. Also, that's something that is very unique, is that you have the local support, and by local I mean your host agency. You know, whether you're, you know, right next door to Terry or if you're, you know, a couple hours away, you have him as your point contact. He's your local support for your host agency. But that's married up with the global strength and presence that travel leaders have across the world. I'd like to kind of number drop there and throw in the 5B or the 5 billion, because the umbrella that travel leaders stretches is 5 billion. The reason that I bring that up isn't to brag about sales by any means. It's to show you that how powerful travel leaders is when we go to the vendors to negotiate those great commissions and higher earning potential for you. So it's a big deal. One of the statistics that we like to throw around at Travel Leaders is that 1 in every 3 cruisers is booked through a Travel Leaders office in some fashion. And that's a big chunk of the cruise industry. And of course, ICs typically sell a lot of cruises. So it's a very powerful tool. And also a thing that is really a nice benefit for ICs is all the programs and the variety of programs that we offer to the host agencies and to the ICs to tap into. And again, we look at it from a business owner's viewpoint. I used to own an agency myself, so I'm always thinking about bottom line. I used to manage almost 20 ICs in my office, and so I understand the challenges are different, you know, from an IC viewpoint, and try to keep that in mind as we grow and develop this program. In addition, and as Terry had mentioned, Terry and his team has layered on so many benefits for you as ICs, married them up with travel leaders, and then the third component is the marketing that I'll get into more details. But the nice thing from your viewpoint is that you have access to all this information, whether it's through Terry's site or through our site. Our site is the Mercavia intranet site, and what that is anything and everything, soup to nuts, is put on Mercavia. Again, internally, in fact, I had a call this morning just about an hour ago, and Julie Nicholson from our support team said, "Hey, is that on Mercavia?" And so the first, it was a document she wanted, and so it's kind of funny how we always point people to Mercavia. My worst pet peeve is when somebody says, "Go to my website and check it out," but really, this is the all-encompassing website for anything that Travel Leaders offers. Hopefully by now, all of you have access to Mercavia via your agent profile. We can get into more of that, or Terry can help you getting access and passwords to get in there. But I'm going to assume that the majority of you are familiar with Mercavia. On Mercavia, things that help you, again, as an IC owner of a business is things, if you do social media, there's content there for you to use. And also, really, especially more pertinent now, are current talking points. With all the developments going on in Russia and the developments of the Malaysian airline, it's really been nice to be able to go to Mercavia, pull up some current talking points, and you sound professional, you sound like you understand what's going on, you have the most updated information that our team takes from all of the news media out there to provide you with the most professional way to promote and explain what's going on in the world. In addition to that, and Liz Cherney works every day in this department, is our training, education, meetings department, and there is so much in there. Again, under Mercavia, there's a section called Learning Management System, or LMS, and I looked at it yesterday. I want to say, gosh, about 200, and I think my number is 240 classes, whether they're webinars, online classes, certification classes, destination training. This is just a really powerful way for you to better yourself, to educate yourself on whatever you choose. The neat thing is you can do a lot of these on your own time, especially from an IC. We understand ICs, some do it part-time, some do it full-time, some do it nights, some do it weekends. That's what I love about ICs. Of course, I'll get emails at all hours of the night because that's usually when they're working on things. But go and take a look at Mercavia and look at the learning management system to see if you can help elevate your professionalism through these classes. Also, just briefly, I'm going to mention other benefits for you, the invitations to our national meeting, and this year invitations to our regional meetings. Hopefully you're able to attend some of our travel leaders meetings, trade events, industry meetings. We really are involved, from a grassroots, whether it's kind of a regional meeting where Ken Ellis, who I believe is on the call, is your regional franchise consultant, and he would come into Terry's office and maybe do some hands-on training or meetings there, all the way up to a national meeting on the big stage where we bring in executives from airlines and cruise industry, executives to speak to you. So, wide variety of meetings and networking opportunities for you, as well as Travel Leaders fans and hosted cruise opportunities that, again, Terry could go into more detail if you're interested in doing that. But by participating in fans or doing the hosted cruise programs, it only betters you as a business owner because you're really expanding your knowledge on these destinations. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. So the last bullet is why I'm really here today to talk to you about the marketing. And Travel Leaders rolled out this marketing program, InteGreat. We've been working on it for quite a while, but really rolled it out last year. And the core of it is that there's co-branding allowed for independent contractors via this marketing program. And independent contractor business cards. I'm going to go into some more details of that. If you hear us talk about, or if you see anything on Mercavia where it says InteGreat Enterprise, I kind of smiled when the title came out. I said, that's just a mouthful. How am I ever going to repeat it or remember it? But our enterprise, our marketing enterprise, is composed of these 4 components. You can kind of see down at the bottom right, the green circle is the area that I'm promoting, the IC InteGreat Marketing Platform, and it is connected, interconnected through the campaigns tool up above, which is all of the marketing calendars and the tools to load your lists and things like that. It's also tied into the online portion that Terry can explain a little bit more to how the travelleaders.com or the online portion would work. And then the 4th component is the luxury portfolio, and that is really big in developing a lot as a niche market, especially for ICs, because a lot of ICs don't have like a huge database, but they have a nice select group that they like working with. I talked with an IC yesterday at a meeting I was at, and she said, oh, I'm booking my CEO on a helicopter tour of Hawaii, and I mean, it's amazing the different spin-offs in the luxury arena that she gets from just talking to some of her corporate accounts. So we're really beefing up the luxury side and bringing it to all of our offices. So the award-winning marketing opportunities, and by award-winning, yeah, that's a little bit of a pat on the back for us. We have won multiple Magellan Awards in the industry, and that's important because we're recognized against our competitors as having a very solid and worthy of a Magellan Award marketing program. We like to say ours is definitely leading the way, and of course we say it's the best one out there. So I'm happy to promote it to you and talk to you about it today. How it interfaces with ICs, though, is that you get to feature your name, your company, your logo, and your call to action or your contact information on these pieces, which is really nice. So it's not like you're promoting travel leaders or Main Street Travel. You're promoting yourself, via our marketing tools. They really are tailored for you. The other thing that's important for me to bring up here, and Terry had mentioned this too about ICs who have too much business. Oh darn! I mean, that's a good problem to have. I think it's not. Some ICs I run into, it's more of a timing issue. Again, they're doing this part-time. They're raising families. They're maybe a nurse or a teacher or a real estate agent or doing another job in conjunction with travel on the side. And so timing and juggling and things are always a challenge. But this program is really set up not specifically as a way to drive new business to you, but as a way to work in conjunction with getting new business and professionally market yourself to existing clientele. Yesterday, I was giving this presentation at a meeting yesterday also. One of the ICs said, I sent out an email to my existing list, and I got 4 bookings off of it because I hadn't been marketing to them over the last year. And it wasn't like the customer had really gone away, but they, may not have been running all their business through that IC. And she said she was pleasantly surprised that just because of sending another email campaign, her phone started ringing. So let me show you how that works. Let me show you some details of it. The IC marketing program is made up of direct mail campaigns, email campaigns, and then most excitingly is the unique promotional pages that feature you. And I'll go into detail on what that is, but basically it's a way to promote your skills, your niche market, your specialties, your awards, your certifications, and it's pretty powerful. The other aspect of this marketing program, kind of the behind the scenes or the technical side of it that I just want to bring up, because again, it's leading the industry. What we do is we once you load your list, and by loading your list, it's completely confidential. There's a confidentiality agreement that you agree to and we agree to, most importantly, from the headquarters viewpoint. The list is loaded in an Excel spreadsheet document, and what the confidentiality agreement means is that it would never be used, sold, given away, duplicated, anything. It's your list. We only use it to help you with marketing. If you would ever leave, the list goes back with you. You know, we purge the list. Ironically, Main Street Travel doesn't even have access to that list. So in terms of a trust factor, it's highly trustworthy program with a signed confidentiality agreement to back it up. But that aside, the database segmentation basically means that once your list is loaded, we take that database for you and send it to a company that runs a segmentation on it. What that, I mean, it's a big word. It sounds kind of like boring and big, but what it really means is that they go through the list. It's amazing what they can find out about your customers just by having name, phone number, and address, and zip code. They code it and send it back to you saying, this one's a baby boomer, this one's a, maybe it would be a good fit for a luxury client. This is maybe a family, a younger family, you know, maybe a Disney client. So it provides you the segmentation so you can target market. You're not doing that shotgun approach. And believe me, I used to do this when I had my office. I would send out hundreds of things, whether it was an email. Heck, I don't even think we had email at my office. So I was doing the old-fashioned way, of course, sending out you know, hundreds of direct mail pieces, hoping somebody would see it, not throw it away, and actually, you know, bite on it. This approach is a lot more targeted, and really you'll get better results from it. So when this information runs through with segmentation, it comes back to you. You have complete control over it, and it'll provide little labels that will help you with your target marketing. The nice thing is it marries it up with a campaign. So as an example, if there was a cruise campaign going on, let's say it was a high-end luxury river cruise campaign, it would scrub your data and basically say if you have 100 in that list, maybe only 10 would fit that category. So they would recommend which 10. You know, basically they highlight which 10 on your list would be good for sending the piece out to. And then you have complete control and complete ability to say, yes, I agree, no, I don't agree, you know, add this one, take that one out, or we'll put in a new one. But it really is a unique way of doing marketing. The third part of it is the change of address verification, which is really kind of cool too, because it's linked up to the United States Post Office, and it runs through their database. And they basically check the addresses that you have to make sure that they're live and true addresses. Or if there's a change of address that's been filed, it'll send it back to you know as you know, invalid address or a new change of address. Once a year, it also runs through the deceased list, so it'll check if any of your clients are deceased, and it'll send back a message to you indicating that information in your list. The whole program, like I'm talking about, the crutch of the whole program to me is that you have control. You opt in and you opt out. It's not like we say, all right, you need to send out 10 of these and you know, take out your checkbook, so to speak. This is basically saying, here's what we recommend based on all of our scrubbing of data. What do you think? So moving into what you'd actually get or what things look like, here's an example of a direct mail campaign. You know, we go to our vendors and basically say, what kind of offers, what really good travel leader specials can you provide for our network? So they come up with some really neat, eye-catching promotions, throw in a good offer like the $800 shipboard credit. On the front of it, usually there'll be, of course, the vendor's logo and the travel leader's logo, so that's that branding, the co-branding. And then I'll show you how your logo would fit into this also. With the direct mail pieces, there's a customizable field that you can put in a message, something like enjoy your wonderful family cruise and enjoy the warm weather. I look forward to seeing you or hearing about your trip on your return. All your contact information. When I was talking about pulling out your checkbook and paying for marketing, Terry went over the cost of the marketing program. The only other piece that you as an IC would be in control of the cost is how many of these pieces, the direct mail pieces that you want to have designed, printed, postage put on, and mailed for you on your behalf. Typically, they're about 75 cents a piece, and you would put in your own credit card. So again, you're not, giving a payment, to headquarters, or you're not giving a payment to Terry. It's through like a PayPal account where you would pick, I want 10, and then you'd pay that $7.50, for those 10 direct mail pieces for you. To me, that's really important, because if I was to look at my marketing program for the year, I'd probably do it as quarterly. I don't know if I could do a whole year at a time. I like to take things in chunks, and I'd probably look at each quarter. You go to the calendar and say, like right now, Europe, of course, people are booking Europe and cruises for the summer, tours possibly, Alaska cruises, things like that. So you might want to take a look at your marketing a few months out and say, I'm gonna do about 10 of that, 20 of that, 50 of that, and kind of plan your budget based on that. Here's just the back piece of what we call it our call to action area, but that cute little airplane that says company next to it is where you would insert your logo. We've had some really creative logos from ICs who've joined this program. Some actually put a picture of themselves, which is really unique. I was talking to somebody about it, and they said, oh, I hired a marketing guru to tell me what would work. And they said, well, realtors do it. They put their face on everything, so why can't we? And so definitely keep that as an option. Or you can, of course, put your own logo if you have a logo there. Agency name, independent contractor, really you guys are more than an IC to your customers, to the consumer. You're a business owner. So I've had some people put down head guru or head trip planner or Mickey Mouse travel specialist as their title. You can be creative, put down what you want. You can definitely put down CFO, CEO, president, owner, whatever you'd like in that section. It's a free flow. What I'm finding for the address field, and I kind of like to talk to ICs through this, since most ICs work out of their home, they usually don't want their home address listed there. So you don't actually, you're not required to put in a physical field of 123 Main Street if you don't want people coming to your house or knowing where you live. Some people, leave that blank and just put in the city and state that they do business. This is the big key difference, is that you're able to pre-populate it with your city and state instead of saying Fort Worth or saying Plymouth, Minnesota. It's defaulting to where you are and where you're actually doing business. And that's been the big change over the last year and a half. An exciting change. Also, you put in, if you have your own website, if you'd like. Of course, you can put in Terry's website. You can put in your email address, any social media, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, anything else you want to put in there, and phone number. So besides direct mail, which is the first component of it, we have the travel flash emails as a second marketing component. Now, I love these. The reason I love these is because they're free, so that helps. All the emails that go out are sent out, on your behalf, and you have complete control to pick and choose which vendors you want to send and to which customers you want to send. Now, some ICs will say, oh my God, I don't have enough time in the day to go in and manage all this. So there's actually a quick email button that you can push or click on that it'll say, send to my whole list. I've had a mixed bag of reviews on that one. In fact, that was a topic that came up in yesterday's meeting. Some ITs that absolutely send to my list, it's only 20 people. I want my 20 people getting all of the great emails that are being put together. Others have said, oh, no, I want to selectively choose who it goes to and which vendor and have more control over that. But again, it's totally up to you to decide that. The neat thing about these is it's tied into you. Again, your call to action is up in this top right area, and your city and state, your email, your website, if you'd like them to go to your website. Typically, it's a real cute, pretty picture with a great offer, and then you can customize it and put in a little message too. Here's another example of one of our luxury emails that goes out. This one is promoting experiential travel. Really, if you notice, there's no cost on this one. It's really more trying to sell the experience of going there, doing the food and wine journeys, and really being part of it. And cost is something that you discuss secondary. Of course, we'd all love to have those customers too, those high-end customers that have the bucket list where you can just go in and book those. But we have a whole area for luxury. In addition, this is really a neat thing that just came up, oh gosh, about a month ago, and a lot of our ITs took advantage of it. This was considered a luxury piece. It's targeting multi-generational travel, as you can see from the photo. It came out both ways in terms of a luxury direct mail piece, and the cost on it was about $1.40 to, again, design, print, put postage on, and mail to whoever you choose, but it's about 20 pages. So if you look at the cost versus what you're getting, it's such a powerful piece, and you would really select, which one of your, maybe top 10, 20 customers you'd want them to get this. In addition to it being a really nice, heavy 20-page, almost like a mini brochure, we also put it out there as a flip book. So it was an email option, which of course was free, and there was a link. Some of you may have gotten on my newsletter that I sent out a couple weeks ago, and I did put that flip book link in there showing how powerful that could be if you sent that to some of your high-end clients and let them just, go through it and flip through it at their desk when they get a free moment. So all of these are listed in a calendar, a marketing calendar. All the vendors are there. It'll say if it's direct mail or email. It'll tell you things like in-home date, which for me is important. It'll give you an ordering date on the window, like you have a week to order it. Then there's like a couple weeks to go through that data scrubbing that I was talking about, the segmentation. And then it'll give you a date of when it should be in your customer's home, whether it's a direct mail piece or same thing with email. It'll tell you when it's being launched and emailed to your customer, so you have an idea of what you're getting and when. All right, so the third component, the part I'm really excited about, is promotional page, landing page or promotional page. And this is something that is really, really powerful. It's actually, if you think of it as you have your email, and there's this nice offer, let's say this big wow offer up here from Royal Caribbean, and ignoring the IC information below, you would click on the email and like to learn more about it, and it would hook up with this second page, behind the email, which is a promotional page. And all of this is featuring you. So it pulls your picture, your call to action information, all of your specialties, all of your messages that you're trying to explain to your customers why you're good at selling a specific vendor. It's really unique and powerful because you're personalizing it to them. Let me show you a closer up snapshot. So again, it's a really great visual. The vendor throws in some amazing discounts and rates. Then if you and your picture, where that's coming from, by the way, is Agent Profiler. I'm not sure if all of you are on Agent Profiler, if you have an agent profile, but that's definitely the first step, and that's where this information is pulled from. So Terry and I can go into more detail on Agent Profile with you at a different time frame, but the neat thing is just to know that what you put in Agent Profile will show up on these promotional landing pages. This one just shows a little bit more detail of vacation, the booking codes, the time periods that you need and what to book. And more importantly, at the bottom, it ties into your full bio in Agent Profile. So it'll give a title. It'll say, you specialize, this one says she specializes in international travel and family travel, and it kind of starts going on about her bio. Hopefully it's enticing enough that the customer would click on Learn More About Me, bottom button here, bottom link I should say, and then it flips it over to your full agent profile. So that's why it's such a neat way to cross-market and cross-brand all of the offers. In addition to the direct mail, email, and then that promotional landing page, you would receive 500 personalized co-branded business cards. This is actually kind of very unique because you're able to use this branding when you call on customers, maybe even if you go to a chamber or Rotary event. It's going to have the Travel Leaders logo on the bottom left. That's the co-branding. Put in up here your logo, whatever you'd like. This is where some ICs are dropping in a photo. I've seen headshots that look really great, but I've also seen things like a picture of the Magic Kingdom at Disney, or even ears. I've seen just the Mickey Mouse ears. I've seen a beach scene where there's two little lawn chairs sitting on the beach. So you can be as creative as you'd like there. Again, put down your name, title, your company name. I put on our headquarters address, but definitely you can take out the 3033, Campus Drive or 123 Main Street. Put in whatever you'd like, their social media contact information. Maybe you have a Pinterest account that you want to drive people to. You can be creative. The biggest thing that also is key to this is the bottom part where it says independent contractor with Travel Leaders. And this is going to say independent contractor with Travel Leaders, Fort Worth, Texas, where the main office is located. So that being said, I'm going to go into some of the nuts and bolts on how to get started. As I had mentioned, Agent Profile is a portal to get you into Mercavia and to get you into the marketing campaign. So basically you want to go into Agent Profile and you want to click on the IC InteGreat box that you see there. Once you click on that, I'd just like to explain to ICs that does generate a bill to Terry. so be careful when you click on it. It will start the billing process. But once you click on that, you show up on my list also, and then I reach out to you with business card links and welcome emails and try to help walk you through the process on that. The other area that you would fill out is, or click on, I should say, accept, is the limited use branding agreement. And what that does is it's basically the contract stating that you're able to use Travel Leaders within our marketing program, as I just kind of laid out for you. I sent Terry a Word document of this, so he's going to read through it and be able to explain it to you if you have any further questions on that. But he can also forward the document to you too, so you can read the whole thing before you get the little pop-up box while you're trying to complete things in Agent Profile. So one of the things I just wanted to point out is the value of this. So across the country, typically most ICs do most of their business with cruising. About 52% of ICs, the majority of their business is through cruises. So I took that as an example and said if you were to take the average commission of 14% on a cruise, and you probably have experienced, higher commissions than that, but let's use 14% as a benchmark. And if you were to sell one cruise or one package at 14%, I tried to take out the NOCs of non-commissionables to actually give you a real number and back it out, but that would cover your IC InteGreat Marketing for the year. So it's the value that you get, the way you can promote yourself to your existing clientele. Once you have new customers that book with you, you're able to load new ones into your database and to really show your professionalism and your expertise in your niche market. So our whole idea is to give you the best opportunities out there and to make it easy for you. I know easy is a subjective word because we all have different learning curves in terms of technology and how things work and how much time we put into things. But we have a great support team to help you, whether it's through our Travel Leaders headquarters, through me directly, through Terry, through Robert, through Ken. We have a wealth of people that can help support you with this and actually get you going where the time that you would spend ordering the campaign. We actually did a time study and did it at our national meeting, and our Vice President of Marketing did it in like 3 minutes, live, and said, I want to show you how quick this is to walk through. So it's not a huge commitment on your part. We know that you want to sell, you want to make money, and that's the focus of being an IC. Just want to mention again the education and training. Education and training classes, the majority of them are free, if not all of them are free to you. And so what a great way to better educate yourself on your time. We also do have certification classes that you can achieve, whether it's leader certification class, business certification if you have corporate clients that you'd like to help with more of the corporate side, and a newly added our luxury certification class. So if you specialize in luxury, you might want to take the time to enroll yourself in that class and to learn more about how you can even be a better luxury specialist. And then the best thing that I think is awesome is the networking, whether it's through Terry directly and his events or whether it's through Travel Leaders, national meetings, or individual regional meetings. So my pitch is please join. Obviously, it's really a powerful tool. The one other thing that I would like to mention is that with aging profiles, so setting up your profile, you will then be searchable, to the public based on which city and state you're in. So it's something that, it's an all-encompassing marketing program, and it's a way to really promote yourself. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up my portion of it and open it up for questions. Let's see, Liz.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I just wanted to double check if there was any that popped up. She's my tech guru here.
Yes, so if you go into the questions area, Pam.
Okay.
You see the questions area, and there's like a little plus box. Go ahead and open that up, and you'll be able to see any of the questions there.
I have this. This is a one-year commitment with a question. Actually, Terry, are you live on the call too?
Yeah.
Okay. You can maybe explain in terms of your parameters of if you require a one-year commitment out of your ICs. It isn't a requirement on our end from the headquarters standpoint in terms of that you would sign a one-year agreement.
Yeah, we're thinking we're going to require a one-year commitment because I think nobody's going to really find the value until they use it for a little while. Honestly, I haven't even made a final decision on that.
Okay. The other thing too is that from our viewpoint, if you use the program and then you were to leave for maybe a couple of months, the setup fee would incur again to join again. So my recommendation is if you join the program, why not stay in it for the full year? Doesn't mean you have to pour a lot of money into the direct mail side of it, why not take advantage of the free emails and then utilize it as you see fit throughout the year? So it's at 17, at what is it? Let's see. So the 1-year commitment and the $25 a month is an amazing value. You could not actually go to a marketing program and duplicate it for that. Let's see if there's any other questions. I don't see any. Let's see here. I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, there was. Let me see. On the mail pieces, do we receive an electronic copy or access on the SuperHost site so that we can refer to the piece quickly when a client calls in response? And was that Terry? I believe Terry asked that question. Yeah, all of these are in the marketing tool, the campaigns tool. You would have access of all the offers and all the pieces, and it's all funneled through Mercavia. So it's on our travel leader site versus on Terry's site, the SuperHost site. On the email flash, if they wish to unsubscribe from emails, how are we notified of their choice? Is that, I believe Terry might have asked that. Let's see here. Terry Loftus. So with on your email flash, if you unsubscribe from, are you talking about if your client unsubscribes? Yeah, you would get a notification on the bottom, like if you do not want to receive this email, you know, basically it would bump it back to your account for you to manage and to take them out of your list. Do ICs pay for every mail piece they order, or do they get some free pieces like the owners get? The way it's set up now is all of the ICs are pay individually. In terms of free allotments or free pieces, we've left that up to the owners to distribute at their own discretion. It's really hard to say because it all depends on the vendor, on how much they sell, what kind of relationship in terms of the extra pieces. But that's something I would defer to Terry, and possibly Terry, you could add on to how you would handle your free allotment.
Yeah, basically, I think the IC needs to expect to pay for any mail pieces they send out directly because our allotment is fairly limited, what we get ourselves for our company. And so this part of the program is kind of a, pay as you go, pay for what you use. But I would just count on as an IC that if you want to do direct mail, that you would, fund that yourself.
Okay. And that one came from Ken Ellis, so we know where the question came from. And that's something obviously Ken and Terry can talk about, more too. The other thing you can do though is you can always order more pieces. I didn't get into all of the details of how you order things in this call. This is more kind of the overview of the direct mail, email, and promotional pages. But if you want to order more of the direct mail, as an example, some ICs might order extra ones and use it for a show that they might be doing, or use it for an event. Maybe they're hosting their own cruise night, or maybe that let's say it's a Royal Caribbean piece, and you're going to do a Royal Caribbean cruise night. Why not order 20 extra, or whatever you need, 25 extra, so you have it on hand. So you can do that, and that would obviously not get sent out to your customer, but it have all your contact information on that piece. Let me see if there's any other questions. Let's see, I think, how frequently can we do free email flashes? Very good questions. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And that also perks my brain that I didn't mention The direct mail pieces, I mean, the marketing calendar is being updated and added every day. So there's usually a couple campaigns a month or more that are going on from the direct mail side. So you're looking at, 20, 25 different vendors with offers, and some will do multiple. You might have a Royal Caribbean as an example, and they might do an offer seasonally, one to the Caribbean in the winter and one to Alaska in the summer. But there'll be multiple direct mail pieces, well over 25, 30. In terms of emails, there's usually a couple a week. So well over 100 different pieces. And how frequently can we do? I mean, you can do all of them if you want, or pick and choose which ones that you'd like to send out. I think that one was from Terry. See, we're almost coming to the top of the hour, so I want to be mindful of everybody's schedule. Is there any more questions that you'd like to type in or live? Terry, did you have any questions from your team in person?
We are thrilled that everybody had enough interest to listen in today, and we'll be following up with each of you on an individual basis to determine if you'd like to proceed and how to go about proceeding. As a host agency, we are very vested in your success and growth. It helps you and it helps us. So we're here to help our team of ICs any way we can to develop their business. And we think that this marketing platform that has been jointly created is going to be a great tool for those people who want to take an aggressive approach to growing their business.
Wonderful. I couldn't have said it better, Terry. Thank you. Thank you all for your time today. And as I mentioned, feel free to reach out to me directly if I can help you with anything also. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.